Hi folks, Bob Dale for Southern Remarketing in Jackson, Mississippi. Well, we sell lots of things. We sell only on eBay, folks. All that means to you is that if you're bidding on something of ours, you're going to have an opportunity to buy it. We're not open to the public. We don't have salespeople and all that. That's how we keep our prices the way we do. We sell only on eBay. That doesn't mean that if you see something that we've got that you like, you're certainly welcome to come and look at it. Those of you who watch our sales know how many diesel trucks we sell, because we sell lots of them. We've sold, gosh knows how many over the past 4 or 5 years. Today we're going to list a truck though that we've not had, by George, because they're so difficult to find. We've tried to buy 2 or 3, but they were always just too high. But this truck is a local truck, folks. It's a 2000, and I just went 2003 Ford F250. 2003 Ford F250. It's a Lariat, 4-wheel drive, sitting on a brand new set of tires. Got all the stuff, rides and drives, Dan says, just wonderfully. Got a turnover ball in the bed. The people used the truck. It's got around 200,000 miles on its all. They used it to haul their daughter around the countryside barrel racing, and I believe that, how clean it is. We was going to put a bed liner in it, but the bed is so perfect we didn't. You know, whether or not you need a turnover ball or not is immaterial. If you ever do need it, you'll be glad it's back there, because it costs over $1,000 to put one in. Of course, it turns over out of the way.
And it adds value if you sell it.
Sure. What I was going to tell you, this truck is a standard transmission. We've not had one. We like them. They're hard to find. But this is a manual transmission, and it's pretty cool. Come on, we're going to show it to you. Got a good look, good view, stands up, everything about it. It's a local trade-in here in town, been in Mississippi its whole life. Come on, we'll show it to you. You can see these tires. Dan just put them on. Alloy wheels. We always show everybody, our customers always come from the Midwest. First thing they ask us, any rust? No. And East Coast and everywhere. Look in here how nice this is. They took care of this truck, folks. We're looking in here, folks, our battery we had problems with. Look how neat this truck is. This leather is perfect, feels good. Headliner is perfect. No smoke odors, no pet odors, none of that. Manual transmission, which I'm telling you, folks, you can't find one.
You never see a 250 with one.
Nope, 250, turbo diesel. I really like this 4-wheel drive. It's just so much better. Power seats, you can see here, windows, door locks, tilt, cruise, and all that kind of stuff.
No cracks in the dash.
No cracks in the windshield.
New windshield.
Carpets are absolutely perfect. You can see here, it's a local truck. It was a daily user truck. Wasn't. Right, I'm going to show you a couple things. There's a little spot right here that that'll buff out, son. No one is, it won't show up in here. You can see in the back here how nice it is.
Got a sliding rear window. Leather seats, all that.
See the tires? You can look under here. Spares up under it. I don't think that spares ever been down, Dan.
Got an extra leaf, got the camper package.
Oh, I was going to get to that. You can't see them on here. There's 1, 2, 3 little dings. Didn't break the paint. Probably won't show up on there, but I'm telling you they're there. The tailgate, it shows perfect. There's your trailer hitch.
The tailgate is perfect.
You can look back here. The bed's not beat up that much. There's your 5th wheel hookup. Lines are straight. Look down the side. FX4 4-wheel drive. Little nick right here. Tires once again.
I had about 4 miles on them.
Yeah. This be a handy truck to have, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, with a standard transmission, manual transmissions just lend themselves to loading and all that. Look in here. This is a really nice truck for what it is.
No rust, power seats on both sides.
You can see back here there's no mud or dirt or any of that in there. Power on both sides, yeah. There's your books in it. A truck like this hard to find. Hey folks, let me tell you something too, because this, people, we try to show what we're selling. We try to show our trucks. We do videos, we do 50 pictures, we do all that. And then people will come or people will tell me, well, you said it was like new. Well, folks, come on. We're not selling concourse trucks for the price we have. We're going to have a great price on this truck.
No reserve.
We're selling no reserve truck, but we're selling a good truck. I mean, it's a 2003. And I know folks still, no matter what we say, in their heart of hearts, they think, well, it could be as new as a 2015. It's not. It's just a really, really nice truck. And we go to great lengths to show you everything about these trucks. I don't know what else we can do beyond posting 40 or 50 pictures, doing a 15-20 minute video and a 10-minute ride and drive. And so for 99 9/10% of our customers, that's way enough. For that little 1/10 of 100, whatever percent it is, just don't bid on our trucks. Just leave them alone. If you can't see all that and see what we're selling, this is a good truck. And I only said that. I mean, I shouldn't probably, but I want people to know that what we're doing. We sell great trucks, motorhomes. We sell them at values, and go all over eBay. Go anywhere on eBay, eBay sellers, and if you can find one, call me and point out someone who goes to the lengths that we do to show you what we're selling.
Our local Honda dealer has a 89% rating on eBay.
Right. There's some people that you just can't make happy. And I will tell you something else. All those people, I say all of them, 9 or 10 or whatever it is, who go to all these little dealer rating sites and everything, where you can't respond, you can't answer, and they hide under names so you can't track down who they are, and they lie, and they call you names. There's a special place for those folks, and I'm too nice to tell you where it is. I would introduce them to that place if I could find them, but you can't track them down. But they're cowardly, no good folks. Sorry to preach, but once again, let's go back to selling this truck. It's a 2003, folks. 2003 Ford F350 turbo diesel 4-wheel drive, Lariat, every option, windows, door locks, tilt and cruise, power on both sides, sitting on a new set of tires, the spares under it, and it's got a manual transmission, which we consider an add because they are so difficult to find. Because if you do pull horse trailers and if you do pull big loads and all that, then that manual transmission is really handy. It's particularly handy also if you're pulling big boats, that kind of thing. All that said, this is a great truck. My son is going to sell it with no reserve. You're welcome to check it out any way you want to. It's a great truck. It's going to be a great bargain. Thank you so much for watching our video. We do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hey folks, Standout here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck. Now I'm going to take you on a test drive, but before I do, just want to show you a couple things. First of all, we don't clean under the hood. This is just how it came in. You can see how clean it is. It hadn't been out mud bogging and stuff like that. Alternator's been replaced at some point. Main thing I want to show you though, absolutely no blow by. Now there's just a tiny wisp of smoke, which smoke's no big deal. The main thing is you can see, set the oil fill cap down, it doesn't blow off. If it were to blow off, that would mean you've got engine compression getting past the piston rings into the crankcase. It means you got a wore out motor, but not the case with this one. I'm gonna hop in and take you on a drive. Okay, we're in the truck now and I'm situated. Now we'll take it for a spin, and as usual you'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and steering and shifting, hopefully, all with the other. So we'll see how that works out. So even though the video may come out a little shaky, rest assured in person the truck drives great. And one thing you can take away from all these bumps I'm running over is that this truck is tight, doesn't have a bunch of squeaks or rattles. Actually the engine's tight too. There's no exhaust leaks on this truck. It fires right up, hot or cold. You know, a lot of these trucks, when the ficum or the injectors get bad or get weak, they'll run rough cold, but once they're warmed up, they'll run perfect. Well, this one runs great hot or cold. I'll give it about not even half throttle here. It shifts through all the gears just like it should. I like this 8-ball shifter, which is pretty cool. I like it. Doesn't grind going into any of the gears, which is, of course, always important to know about. Like Dad mentioned, got a brand new set of tires on it. They're a good all-terrain tire, so you know they'll go in the mud, but they don't make a bunch of racket going down the interstate either, so it's always good. This truck has a brand new windshield in it, so that's one thing you won't have to worry about. Got the overhead console with the little computer for your compass and thermometer and distance to empty. Now, of course, like every other one of these, it doesn't work. But if you look on eBay, I can send you the link. For $20, you can get it fixed, but we just don't have time to do it. So, truck I can let go. It doesn't pull to the left or right. It doesn't pull or vibrate when you hit the brakes. I'm going to show you right now. You can see no warning lights lit. I'll show you again in a minute after we've been driving a little while, but this is a Lariat, so it's pretty well loaded. Got automatic headlights, got fog lights, got ice cold air conditioning, which is, you know, the first thing we check is the air conditioning around here, because it's got to work. Steering wheel got one little spot, don't even look like anything, but it's there. But it's not torn, not discolored, anything like that. Even downshifting, I can downshift it. It doesn't grind or do anything weird downshifting. It's got a, let's see, reverse, there's first. Got the manual transfer case, which I like because you don't have to worry about vacuum actuators and crap going out and not working. You just reach down and yank the handle and you got yourself four-wheel drive. You can see, or maybe you can't, but this truck is just super quiet. You can tell how hard one of these 6.0s has been run by how much of an exhaust leak it has, how much diesel noise you hear in the passenger compartment when you're accelerating. And this one doesn't have any. Now, what else? Something else on the tip of my tongue I was going to mention, and I'm having trouble thinking of it. Anyway, it like I said, got a new windshield, got a sliding rear window, has a turnover ball in the bed, has fog lights, horn works, interval wipers, has the tow mirrors. The only thing I know of on this truck that doesn't work like it should is the power mirrors don't work. And if you look at that switch, I think it's a switch. I'm 99% sure we'll have it fixed before the sale's over. If we get it fixed, it's of course no extra charge. But I want to point it out in case we don't get it fixed or we forget or something like that. And so we're not going to risk bad feedback over a blown fuse or you can buy that switch for $15 on eBay. It's nothing to put on, but just going to point that out. So, you know, email us if it's an issue, but that's the only thing I know of on this truck. It doesn't work like it should. You can see we're going down the interstate doing 60, 65, just like it should. It's quiet, not a bunch of wind noise. It's one of those trucks, if you want to fly in, drive it home, you can. I wouldn't hesitate to get in this truck and drive it anywhere. Like I said, it fires right up, hot or cold. Doesn't run weird, doesn't miss. All the temps are good in it and all of that, so no issues with any of that at all. Or we understand most of you just don't have time to fly in and drive one home, because most of you are from up north. You're buying these trucks from us because they have no rust, and you may not have 3 or 4 days to take off and drive a truck back home. So we can now help you with shipping. If you look at these online shipping calculators, don't be scared off by the quotes you get, because depending on how much of a hurry you're in, we can save you as much as 50% off the average online quote. And the reason is, all these online places, the vast majority of them, they're just brokers. They don't have a fleet of trucks. They charge you a couple $100, call it a deposit, but really they're just charging you to get on this one website that all these independent truckers use, and they book your load. Well, we're signed up now at that same place, so we cut out the middleman. We don't charge anything, but save you a couple $100 on shipping. So if you're interested, want to know what it'll cost to ship, we can give you a ballpark that's pretty close. If you just text me or email me your zip code, I can give you a quote. Or if you're near Atlanta, Central Florida, or Dallas, I can give you an even better deal, because we have a lot of local dealers. They buy from auctions around those 3 cities, and they're always sending trucks out there to get what they buy. And then, you know, these trucks have empty spots headed out there, so we can get you a good deal headed to those 3 cities for sure. So just something to be aware of. I just can't get over how tight this truck is. Most 6-liters, they just get in a little exhaust leak. The Y pipes are bad about leaking, but this one, I'm gonna guess this one's already had a new one put on, because they're just, you don't see them or hear them this tight unless they have really low miles. But you can see I'm lugging it in 3rd gear right now from 20 miles an hour up. It pulls great. It doesn't vibrate or shudder pulling. It shifts through all the gears. It's not grinding. The synchronizers are all in good shape. The clutch action smooth. It grabs and goes. Gets right up to speed. Got plenty of power. Just a nice truck. And don't be scared by a 6-liter, because you know, everybody says, oh, it's a 6.0, it's going to blow up. Well, no, it ain't if you take care of it. There's certain things you do to these trucks, and if you do them, they'll run forever. One of those is you got to service them. You can't treat them like a 7.3. You got to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You got to change the fuel filter every other oil change, and you have to use Ford filters. If you do those things, these trucks can run basically forever. But if you don't stay on top of servicing them, they'll have problems. And even though it has a water and fuel indicator that will come on if you get water in the fuel, it's always good about once a month to crawl up under there to the separators under the driver's seat on the inner frame rail, and just crack open the drain and drain a half a cup or something out, just to make sure there's no water in there. And you do those things, you take care of it, and it'll treat you right. That's just how they are. If you abuse them, you don't take care of them, you'll have problems. So anyway, that being said, this truck absolutely ready to go. Not even a crack in the dash. Everything's good. If you have any questions, give me a call. My number is 601-376-9869. Dad's number 601-218-1223. We appreciate you watching our video and hearing everything we have to say about this truck, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you. One thing I almost forgot to mention, this is a 6-speed manual. You can see up here, reverse, then you got granny low, which you never use granny low unless maybe you got a 40,000 pound stock trailer. But then you got 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So I don't know if I was real clear on that at first, but she does have the 6-speed manual, and I just been leaving it in 2nd to take off, because that's all you really have to have. And while I'm thinking about it, this truck has not been EGR deleted. which is not as big a deal on 03s. 03s had a better oil cooler, EGR cooler design than the later ones. And we used to delete every truck we got, but we get, you know, 1 person out of 10 from one of these states where they check. So it's not deleted now, but we can delete it. We can delete it for an extra $400. So if you're interested, or you want to know more about, you know, what EGR deleting does and all that, just call me. But suffice it to say, if it was my truck and I was going to keep it and I didn't have emissions to worry about in my state, I would delete it. It's a big longevity thing. Or, you know, the EGR cooler, we've checked the temperatures. The EGR cooler that's in it now is fine. It's not stopped up. There's no problems with it. And there's ways to check, and we've checked, but it's fine. You don't have to worry about it. But if you don't have emissions testing, just go on and get it deleted and be done with it. Because I guarantee, if you try and get it deleted wherever you're from, you will pay a lot more money to get it done. Because we've got a mechanic at the local Ford dealer that does a bunch of side work for us and treats us right. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, give me a call, 601-376-9869. Thanks.